blossoms still blow from each tree. When leaves are still green in December, it's then that our land will be free. I wander her hills and her valleys, and still through my sorrow I see a land that has never known freedom, and still only her rivers run free.
Marcus, today is an important day, 14th of July 2023. We are at last marking this building behind us. There's a plaque being unveiled to Michael Collins here today, and it'll be unveiled by his great-grandnephew Aengus Collins O'Malley.
Thank you so much for coming, and it's such an honour to unveil a plaque to two selfless Irishmen, because how the family viewed Sam Maguire is when Michael moved to London, and in London his sister Hanny was his mother and Sam Maguire was a surrogate father. But the story of Michael Collins and Sam Maguire, obviously Sam died in 1927, Michael died in 1922. It's very much a story of what might have been for Ireland.
The Mayor of Islington, Councillor Gary Heather.
I'm particularly enjoying being here today, and you know, the size of the crowd here shows the significance of this event. And I know, and I'm not going to mention any names, I know there's lots of people that campaign for this to happen, so congratulations to them, and it deserves commemorating as well. Thank you also to the Heritage Service for enabling it as well, because it wouldn't happen without them. You know, welcome to Islington. You know, Islington is a place of diversity, it's a multicultural society, and we believe in solidarity with fellow human beings, and we know that life isn't simple.
And the reason for putting up this plaque, this is where Michael Collins began his political career. He was invited to this building by Sam Maguire. Sam Maguire was the OC of the IRB at that time, and he held clandestine meetings within this building. Collins arrived in this building in October 1909. He walked in here and he swore an oath of allegiance to the IRB. The IRB was a secret society, and from there Collins developed as a political figure, as a revolutionary.
Michael Collins has said about his time in London: "I had Irish friends in London before I arrived, and in the intervening years I had made many more friends among Irish men resident in London. For the most part, we lived lives apart. We chose to consider ourselves outposts of our nation. We were a distinct community, a tiny eddy, if you like, in the great metropolis. When wonder is expressed, as it often is, that I could have lived 8 years in London and still have been so little known that 120,000 British troops and black and tans could not find me in 4 years of hunting me in Ireland, I can only attribute it to that policy of voluntary isolation we all observed in London. And after all, Michael Collins, junior bank clerk, could hardly be expected to have attracted any notice."
But there was many meetings held here. He made a speech here, I think it was 1912, he made a famous speech in here to a large gathering of the IRB. The rest is history.
My name is Vanda Grace Lawrence. I've just written a play about Constance Markovitz, who was a contemporary of Michael Collins. And so it's very exciting to be here, especially that his grand-nephew is here. The weather is typically Irish, it's perfect. I think Michael Collins is looking down with his sense of humour.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. It's so wonderful to be here with so many of our local councillors, our MPs, and members of the Irish community, and especially thanks to the Irish dignitaries that have come all of this way. The Irish community has contributed so much to Islington over the years. Navigator Square, up in Archway, near where I am from, received its name in 2017 as a way of acknowledging the contribution of the Irish community and beyond. The navigators, or navvies, were men from all over the British Empire, many of whom were Irish.
Oh, where are you now when we need you? What burns where the flames used to be? Are you gone like the snows of last winter, and still only her rivers run free?
The Whittington Hospital, where I was born, just up the road, at one point had 80% of its nurses being from an Irish background. Nowadays, in Islington, 2.4% of Islingtonians hold an Irish passport, and 3.3% of the borough identifies as ethnically Irish. So it's only right that we celebrate one of Ireland's heroes, Michael Collins, a man who was initiated into the Irish Republican Brotherhood right here at Barnsbury Hall in 1909, and who played such an important role in the creation of the Irish Free State. In 2017, the Taoiseach, Micheál Martin, said that Michael Collins would be remembered as one of the greatest Irishmen who have ever lived, and I am incredibly proud that we are celebrating him here today in Islington. Thank you.
Now a few words from the Irish Ambassador, Mount Fraser.
In the Irish Ambassador's residence actually here in London, there are three photographs which I think speak to Collins' legacy. The first one is of Dermot O'Hegarty, who was a member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood, a good friend of Michael Collins, probably may well have been here, certainly worked with him closely in Ireland. And O'Hegarty became the first Secretary to the Government of Ireland, and it was my great honour to be Secretary to the Government of Ireland up till last year for 11 years, and there have only been 6 or 7 of us, so the continuity from the revolutionary movement to the democratic government of the country is very, very important. The second photograph is a picture taken last year in January 2022, and it's of the present government of Ireland, and there's some people who aspire to be the next government of Ireland, but the present government met in Dublin Castle on the occasion of the centenary of the handover of Dublin Castle, which was of course the seat of British rule in Ireland for so many centuries, to Michael Collins and to the provisional government. And our now government sat and met 100 years later in Dublin Castle, and that I suppose is a symbol of the continuity. We've had democratic government in Ireland for a century, which is quite the achievement given everything that's happened in the last century. So that too is Collins' legacy. And of course, the third thing I should mention, and it was mentioned earlier on, the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, there's a photograph in the residence as well of the then Taoiseach, Bertie Ahern, meeting the then First Minister, or about to be First Minister of Northern Ireland, Ian Paisley. And that, I suppose, symbolises the great rapprochement and great coming together that the Good Friday Agreement represents, and the great progress we've made in Ireland. And we don't have all our problems solved, God knows. We never will, probably, but Ireland is a much improved place, and we have a place of peace now, and a place of progress, and a place of reconciliation, a place of hope. That's also Collins' legacy, and the legacy of many, many other people as well who worked to bring that about. The other important thing about Collins is he was a civil servant, and you don't normally get plaques for civil servants, so I wholeheartedly support this as a development. Unlikely to be too many more, but he was a civil servant, and worked in the British Civil Service, worked with Sam Maguire, worked with Liam, or at least knew Liam McCarthy. Sam Maguire, also a civil servant. The second thing I want to say, the second theme I want to capture, and again, I thank the Mayor, I thank the leader. The leader spoke very well at the event. I was honoured to unveil the plaque for the navvies in Navigator Square. So just to say thank you to everyone here for recognising the role of the Irish community, for cherishing the Irish community. Many of you are members of the Irish community here in Islington. It's such an important thing for us that we're recognised by our friends and neighbours here in Islington and in London. And of course it also represents, and as the Mayor said and the leader said, that this is a multicultural, welcoming, inclusive, tolerant place, this country and this borough of London. And Collins made a life here for a few years. So many people have done that over the decades, and we thank you for that. And there are many people here today from Ireland who make their lives here, and we thank you for that too. And we thank you for the great honour you bestowed on Michael Collins. So thank you very much.
So there are struggles that go on, and we have to work those out, and we do that best if we work together. So as I said, Islington is a home that's got a strong relationship with Irish heritage. I happen to hail from Kentish Town, so most of my friends when I was younger were second generation Irish people. Their parents were all from Ireland, they all came from Ireland, and they all made a life in Kentish Town. And of course that wasn't just there, it was in Islington, it was indeed vast all over London. And you know, the Irish people, you know, came over here and they built our railways, they built all the canals, and they built all sorts of stuff.
I drink to the death of her manhood, to those men who would rather have died than to live in the cold chains of bondage, to bring back their rights were denied.
So in light of the recent 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, I think cooperation and collaboration are important principles to keep in mind today, and no doubt everyone will agree with that. By working together we can really promote the values of reconciliation and peace between our two nations, between our communities, I say, between the people that live in whatever nation.
So the unveiling of this plaque is important because we can do it now. I've been in London since the early 70s, and there were difficult times for the Irish immigrants here then. But we have kind of grown up as people, and we are now, friendly is the wrong word to use, but there's good relations now between Ireland and England. And putting a plaque like this up here is an important step to show that that is happening. Islington Council, I think, have been very brave, been forward thinking to give us the permission to do that. It took a while to get it, but it's a step in the right direction.
In terms of this event, the 73 biographies of Michael Collins, there's only 2 on Sam Maguire. So if I could appeal to everybody here today, when they go home, read up on Sam Maguire, because he was an incredible man, he was a selfless man. I mean, everybody knows what the name is. In terms of Sam Maguire, in terms of his character, I think it's one to behold, and the lessons of his selflessness, his commitment and his dedication to Ireland. And unfortunately, Sam died in 1927, homeless and penniless. But can I just move on then to the Irish Republican Brotherhood and the influence that organisation had in Ireland, and not just in terms of the revolutionary movement, but also in terms of literature and in terms of the GAA. I mean, the membership of the Irish Republican Brotherhood includes people like Parnell, Sean O'Casey, William Butler Yeats, and for such a small organisation to have a massive influence on Irish affairs, it's one to behold as well.
Thank you very much.
So I'm the London Rose. My name is Amy Gillen, and I'm going forward to the Rose of Tralee Festival in August, which I'm really excited about, and I'm delighted to be here at such a historic event today as well.
My name is Caitlin Finn. I'm the 2023 Mary from Dunlow, and today we witnessed the plaque being unveiled as a dedication to Michael Collins and the tremendous work that he has done for the Irish community. It's amazing to see so many Irish members of the Irish community in London here today as well celebrating.
Yeah, I'm Seamus McCormack. I'm CEO of the London Irish Centre in Camden Square. It's the Irish Community and Cultural Centre in Britain, and I'm originally from Dublin. I obviously grew up under the legacy of Michael Collins and De Valera, and I'm very au fait with the history from Ireland. I've been in London 30 years. I'm really happy today to be here as a first generation Irish person, to be able to celebrate this momentous unveiling of the plaque to Michael Collins here when he signed his membership of the Irish Republican Brotherhood.
And we hope to see you in Camden later.
how sweet is life.
And in the future, many generations of Irish people will come to this building and check out Michael Collins.
But we're dry. How fragrant the rose, but it's dying. How gentle the wind, but it sighs. What good is in youth when it's aging? What joy is in eyes that can't see? When there's sorrow in sunshine and flowers, and still only our rivers run free, and still only our rivers run free.